Right, ready?
Yeah, I'm trying to turn on YouTube right now. I'm gonna put this on the comments so that everybody watching YouTube, watching audience there. One more thing. Okay. All right. You ready?
So we good now?
Good. So, yeah, the pictures in the YouTube thing that takes. I should have started that at right at 7:30, but that takes a long time. All right, ready?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Get the cheers on. This is the N.O.T.E Podcast with your boy J Days and JB the General. How you doing today?
Man, I'm good, my brother. I'm good. I'm ready to go. Let's go. Let's tackle this,
We got a
tackle
big
this podcast.
that's a big rundown today. Let's start off the top with the new Fresh Prince series. I know you haven't watched the new Fresh Prince, but ever since this has been aired, a lot of people have mixed emotions. Some people say they don't like it. A lot of people say that but they like it because it's a different concept than what the TV series had 30 years ago. Um, so I'm gonna ask you this question: what's your take on like reboots and changing storylines up on movies and TV shows?
All right. So when it comes down to reboots, before I even get on the Fresh Prince, I feel like Hollywood is pretty much running out of ideas, man. We're running out of ideas as far as what to do. I mean, you had a Full House reboot.
I remember
Now
Full House.
you um
I don't remember the Full House reboot. Who was on?
yes, it's called a Fuller House. You got that reboot going on. Yeah, I think it's finally in it. It was on Netflix. We'll talk about later.
Okay.
They were talking about reviving Martin or rebooting that. And now you got a Fresh Prince, and then there's been other things that's been rebooted. I just can't think off the top of my head. But here's the issue with uh, this Fresh Prince to me is I kind of feel like if you're gonna make something, why not just be original? Why you gotta call it the Fresh Prince instead of just having
Well,
it?
actually, technically, it's called Bel Air, but we call it the
Same deal. I mean, everybody knows what it's based on, but from what I've heard, again, it's a more serious take on the original. So if it's a more serious take on the original, why would you even bother to follow the same format or call it something pertaining to the Fresh Prince anyway? I think they basically did that for clout to get people to want to watch it because now I have heard that they did do something that I like they got rid of Jeffrey the Butler, you know, and
Yeah,
instead
Jeff
of him,
character is totally different from
yeah, instead of him being a butler,
yeah.
he's a security guard from what I heard.
Well,
You know,
not so much security guy. He's like it's like a right hand man, but he's like an undercover goon. Like he's like, yo, handle this for me. He like consider it done. You know, Jeffrey he still got the London edge. Like
all right, so I heard they made Hillary not as, you know, like kind of like ditzy, you
well,
know.
with Hillary's character now, she's still the high uppity class person.
Yeah, but no, she was like super kind of stupid, you know, on the
Well,
original.
yeah, on the real story. But if you go back into watching the all was the 7 series of the old Fresh Prince,
Yeah.
some of her stuff that she did, like quitting school and quitting, things because she don't want to work. The new Hillary character is kind of like that. The only thing difference is that new Hillary, she's more on the cooking scale, and Hillary on the Fresh Prince, she was more like weather girl and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
somewhat, I'm gonna say 10% similar because she's known for like quitting because it's too much work, or quit because she don't want to bother with with the work and stuff.
You
Um,
know, because of all this, I do plan on eventually getting to it. But here's the kicker for me, honestly. I wasn't that big of a fan of the original Fresh Prince. Not to say, no, hold on now, no, hold on. Not to say that I didn't like it. Yeah, I liked it. You know what I'm saying? But in all honesty, you know who's my favorite character on Fresh Prince?
who's that?
It wasn't Will at all. You know, it was Carlton. Carlton made a freaking show.
Arthur's character is totally different. I mean,
Yeah,
okay,
that's what I heard though. I heard he's like an
yeah,
arrogant a-hole. You know, I heard
10%,
he's
10% of it is from the original. Like he's still the short uppity.
well, yeah, but if you
Yeah,
think about it, just think about it right now, right? Okay, in the beginning of Fresh Prince, Carlton was kind of serious. You don't remember that, like when Will first started going to that school, that high school, I think, that preppy high school.
prep.
Yeah, Bella Prep. Carlton was serious. You know, remember he now I feel like they kind of used that part and put it in the show how he was in the
I was
beginning.
10% of it. Yeah, I'm doing
Yeah.
the 10%.
But as the show went on, man, Carlton was like, dude, Carlton was the funniest person
Yeah,
on the show. You know, you can't tell me, man, like from that I forgot he used to always sing that song, like it's not unusual. And then he had to dance, man. Come on, man. Everybody used to do that Carlton dance. Everybody used to freaking do that Carlton dance. And then after that, my other favorite character was Jazz. You know, so to me,
Jazz character is somewhat similar. The only difference is that with Jazz, in the original series, Jazz and Hillary can't stand each other. There's a scene on, and I'm telling all look, I watched every Thursday. Jazz and Hillary are like really good friends. At one point, they had an intimate scene in this series. So I'm
I
like, oh,
think you know what, they briefly did that in the old Fresh Prince. It was
wow,
brief,
that part.
you
Now,
know, but
Jazz
the
and Hillary,
thing is though, like to me, Will, you know, I've never been that big a fan of Will Smith. You know that. You know that. I've never been a big fan of Will Smith. Now, he had great moments in that original show, though, because it was one episode where it almost brought me to tears, where he finally met his real dad after so long. And the
yeah.
real dad kind of didn't want to, you know, he was like, yeah, I'm going to take you with me on the road because he was a truck driver.
Now,
And that is probably the greatest Fresh
okay,
Prince episode.
yeah. Let me get to that because on this last, I watch every Thursday. I'm at work.
Mhm.
Now,
Yeah, it is.
yesterday's episode, they was mentioning his dad, and everybody was like, "Are you fit to be?" And then Phil told Jeffrey, "I want you to see that Will doesn't see his father." And then Will's trying to be like, "Well, who is my father? I want to know who my father is." And then his mom came down that weekend. It's his birthday, and they was like, We can't tell Wilmer heads forever. So I'm thinking like, what the heck is that? What does Dad do in this new one, not the old one?
I know.
What does his dad do that nobody does not want Will to know? Like, the story it gets more and more to me. Not to every, it gets interesting at every end of the episode. I'm like, dang, I gotta wait next week to watch
Yeah,
this.
somebody said here drug dealer. I would imagine so.
I mean, that's what I'm thinking.
But see, that's my thing. And this is this is why I feel like, man, this is why I'm conflicted, is because why even say that it's based off the Fresh Prince if you gonna completely spin it in the 360, and have it just be the complete opposite what it was. You get what I'm saying? Why not just have it be its own show? All right, it's a show called what's the show, man, where the dude is a football player, and his name is Spencer. All American. Have you ever seen All American?
I saw bits and pieces of it, like some shows.
At first I wasn't into All American, but then I started getting into it, man. At times it's freaking corny, but it has a Fresh Prince vibe to it. Like, dude Spencer is from a broken neighborhood. He don't really have his dad. He goes and plays on a football team where the dude is rich and they all preppy and all this and all that. He goes to that high school. And that's what I'm talking about. I just feel like, man, but that's its own thing. Why did they have to just go and basically like take the whole like Fresh Prince vibe and say, oh, we not Fresh Prince, we Bel Air? I mean, you might as well just had completely named it something else. You could have said, you could have called it freaking Will or something, whatever. You could have just said it was something different completely, and people would have looked at it, oh man, what's this show, and still be interested. I feel like they're using the nostalgia of not just them, it's other shows. People go off nostalgia to get people excited about a certain thing. But to me, it's just kind of like, I just feel like there's no creative juices anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying? They just take from the old and switch it around because they know people knew about the Fresh Prince. Because from what I was told and what I heard isn't this didn't some dudes like create this off of YouTube? Because I remember they were talking about this about 2 years ago.
I think they did, and Will Smith approved it because Will Smith, I think.
So somebody basically just looked at it and said, man, I really like this. I really like Will Smith. I really like the Fresh Prince. I'm gonna do something, and
yes, it was.
And I'm gonna get this build up and whatever, and somebody gonna like it. It's gonna get a lot of views. That's what I'm just saying, man. Like, now, not to say it's not a good show. I still haven't seen it. It probably is. All I'm saying to me is, why did they really have to use the Fresh Prince as a template to make something completely opposite of what it was, instead of just doing an original show and calling it something different? You know what I'm saying? I just that's my only issue with it. That's my only issue.
That's the cash right there. So somebody mentioned, and so the old Philip Banks.
Dude, this looks like a Tyler Perry. I'm not even gonna lie to you. He looked like something Tyler Perry created. A man got 3 or 4 shows. This looks like something Tyler Perry. I'm surprised Tyler Perry didn't come up with this. But go ahead.
So the Philip Bass character, and somebody brought up the scene where he's an alpha. He was stepping at a event. And we know the Philip Banks in the O series was not an alpha. And he was not stepping like he was an HBCU grad or whatever. This character, this character right here, this is Philip Banks, by the way.
Yeah, I know who everybody is.
I'm like, oh wow, that turned the whole thing around also.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I've seen snippets of it. It's just to me, I'm telling you, what threw me off is the fact that it's supposed to be a Fresh Prince, but not Fresh Prince. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much.
It's about three
I just,
but
that
also
has kind of thrown me off. I'm just, to me, like,
kind of twisted too because she's supposed to be bisexual, and that's what everybody's pissed off about. Why is she bisexual?
see, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, I just, come on, dude. You could have just said it was. I don't know, man. I just feel like they just, they use that name, man, to build this show. That's it. They use the name to build a show, and they got Will Smith involved because if you got a certain amount of views on YouTube, somebody was down to say something to Will Smith and be like, man, they did a Bel Air, and it worked. It was a gimmick. It was a gimmick that worked. Shout
That's
outs to those dudes that made this show and created it. They did something to get on. That's just like me and you. Me and you could come up with something and we do like a little skit, and then we do another skit, and we do another skit, and we turn into a show based off something, that we grew up watching as kids. And if it gets so many views, it could catch somebody's attention, and all of a sudden they make a show about it. Where's the originality though?
Remember the Ninja Turtles movie? They did that. They rebooted Ghostbusters. They rebooted Spider Man. Like, yeah,
Just saying, like a Batman. How many Batmans have there been? How many Batmans have there been? Tell me, how many Batmans have there been?
That's right. They did put soldiers' guns.
No, in the last 20 years, how many Batmans have there been?
Been a lot. The Spider-Man.
Exactly. Where's the originality? That's what I'm saying. That's it.
Let's move on. Next topic. Yesterday, we had the March Madness now, by the way, and Kentucky gets upset by a school that probably nobody even ever heard of called
St. Peter's.
Yeah, let me pull the picture up. Yeah, St. Peter's, and so somebody posted the score and everything. So I said something on the comments. I'm not going to pull it up, but my thing is, over the past years, you see a lot of smaller schools upsetting these big schools like Kentucky or Duke or even Gonzaga. I see Gonzaga basically now because their program has been winning constantly.
Yeah.
So I was like, I see this over the years that the smaller schools, the players, been together for 3 to 4 years. Team chemistry is strong. They bond together. You got a team like Kentucky, Duke, Gonzaga, who else? North Carolina. You got top players that are going to be there for 1 year and then leave. So they only been playing with each other for about 4 to 5 months. So, like, to me, I'm like the players like these guys have probably been playing together for like 3 years, 4 years. So it's that team chemistry that's stepping in and beating these bigger schools. And we talked about it last night, but
yeah. So what's your point?
My point is, the point is that you're going to see a lot more upsets because these smaller schools have the players that have been playing together for 3 to 4 years. Team chemistry. They know what to do. They know what the coach would expect from, or the coach will know what to expect from them. Playing as a small school. These bigger schools, yeah, you're gonna have talent, but there's no experience. The experience. I'm getting that experience. Experience and team chemistry is going to play a bigger role in smaller schools.
All right. So you and I did talk about this last night. So, we gonna talk talk to the masses about it. And so the thing is, you're 100% right. A lot of these, small schools, they have players that have been together for years. A lot of these players are 4-year players, 4-year starters. Some are 5-year players, and
Yeah.
then they play the big school team that consists of freshmen, you know. But like I told you, and again, I'm gonna tell people today is what happens is a lot of those small school players, they would never make it to the NBA. And so for them,
It's like I'm gonna get to that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah. And so for them, this is a dream because yeah, they love playing basketball. It's their sport. They get to play for their college. And so for them, this is they moment in the sun. So they get to play the big schools and they get to be on TV because most of them will never ever be on TV again. They'll never hear their name called in the NBA. So for them, it's a dream come true to not only play basketball for a college, but to beat a bigger team, because, for whatever reason, maybe they just don't have the athleticism as the bigger schools, or maybe they just didn't have the grades to make a bigger school, or maybe they came from maybe they did some things or whatever, and they couldn't, make it to a big school, or they have the grades or whatever. I might have said that before. I'm gonna say it again. But now you have the big schools kids that are highly recruited out of high school. They're only going to college anyway because they have to go for 1 year to go to the NBA. So for them, it's nothing. Okay, like yeah, it's nothing. I can go to a big school, I can get my name called a Duke, a North Carolina, Kansas, and I know that I'm going to be in the NBA, already. So why in the world would I stay? Why in the world will I need to stay? And so for them, they don't have to worry about team chemistry. They don't. So all it is they just go for a couple years and boom, they know they're gonna be in the NBA. And I agree with both. I agree with if that's your dream come true and you're gonna play basketball for a college and you're only gonna be, you'll never make it to the NBA, why not? But I also believe in the fact that hey, if you could have came straight out of high school and you had the talent, to go straight to the NBA if you have that talent. But since you have to go to college, I agree with that because maybe, you come from a single parent home.
Fixing that, but what they're going to do is you're going to have to play another form of pro league. So there's the other pro league. So you got the G League.
Yeah, there's another one coming up.
Oh, well, you already got overtime. And then you got overseas. You can play overseas for 1 year. And then so there's other options.
Well, the NBA was talking about going back to the whole coming straight out of high school thing. I think they were talking about
like that, yeah.
I think they were talking about doing it next year, because see, it's kind of funny too. The NCAA has been hurt, because they're not getting those superstars anymore, that stay around for 3 or 4 years. I mean, you see somebody 1 year, boom, they done. So you're going to consistently see this every year where one team gets upset. You're like, wow, I didn't see that coming. I mean, this is why I rarely fill out brackets because it just happens so often.
I don't even know what St. Peter's was. It St. Peter's? St. Peter's?
New Jersey.
New Jersey. Oh,
yeah. And see, like Virginia, not last year, I think it was 2021.
I think MTSU beat Virginia, something like that.
Yeah, they were ranked number. They were the first 1 seed to lose to a 16 seed in history. So I mean, it's going to happen. So I mean, you can fill out your brackets, which I still do from time to time. I don't do it often, but man, I mean, dude, it's like the possibilities of you winning, the whole bracket and winning Warren Buffett's money is about 1 in 50 billion.
So listen to this, everybody. Since yesterday, since that Kentucky game and that Michigan game, over 20 million NCAA brackets were busted. There are 0.21 perfect brackets left. I mean, I haven't watched all the other games today, but I'm pretty sure more brackets over 2 million brackets. 2 million brackets have been busted.
That's what I'm saying.
When they had Kentucky in the Final Four, you're pretty much done. That's it. And it's serious money. You just lost a lot of money.
I won't put my money down on it.
You'd be surprised, man. Like I have a cousin that well, he's only betting like dollars. He ain't betting no like real money. He bet chump change. He said he only lost like $1.50 yesterday. I'm like, well, that's on FanDuel. I'm like, well, I laughed at him like, well, you ain't betting shit. Use my language. He was saying, I'm starting out light. I'm like, okay, all right, yeah, that's what you want to do.
See, I don't know enough about these colleges, man. In order for you to really even get close to remotely figuring the bracketology out, you would have to pretty much study every single team. And that's just almost impossible unless you're an analyst.
Right. Yeah, we got analysts. You'd be surprised.
So
come on board and sit and watch basketball, college basketball every night.
Nah.
I can only do it with one school, and we haven't been in no tournament in years. So I mean, hey.
Nah.
All right, next topic. Willie Wilson. He is. Let me pull it up. He is I think he's running for mayor in Chicago. And what he did, I'll put a picture up. He was giving out free gas in Chicago. I think it was yesterday. See that? Do you see it?
Yeah, I'm looking. I see it.
So so he's doing like $200,000 of gas giveaways, up to $2 per car. Yesterday, he's going to do it again in this month, and this was sent by my girlfriend Kay, who's in Chicago right now. Shout out to her. And I'm gonna read you what I sent you yesterday. It's on Instagram. There we go. So, Chicago gas giveaway. Willie Wilson gave out $200,000 fuel at 10 different gas stations throughout the city. Starting at 7 a.m., each vehicle received $50 in gas until 200,000 was exhausted, which ended out being 3 hours. And I'm not going to pull up the streets. I'm going down. This says traffic was at a standstill near Sitco on gas station at 91st Street and Stone Island Avenue in Chicago. Northbound Stone Island was a disaster with drivers blocking the road as they attempt to get in the line for gas, caused delays. Back up to another street called Bishop Road. The police were on the scene, many of the gas stations to help out traffic. Willie Wilson said he would not apologize for doing good and help the people get to work and their kids' child care every day. Apparently, he's a mayor. He's trying to rerun for another mayor term. But man, he need to be doing that here. He probably need to do that in Dallas as well. So go ahead, man.
He's trying to gas the people up. You see what I did there? I'm trying to gas the people up, man. Listen, man. Yeah. Flew right over here. Flew over here. Just went over here. Yeah.
I got it.
All right, listen, man.
That's trying to get them election votes.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. He gassing them up, man. You know what I'm saying? He's filling them up with hope. Filling them up.
Man, like new Popeyes up now. It's worse than that, man.
He's filling them up with hope. Hey, listen, man. I'm all for it, dude. Like, as high as gas is right now, man, like, I mean, you know, again, man, I tip my hat to my imaginary hat to the dude. You know, I really feel like, you know, he's doing it for folks, but it does say philanthropist, all right, and humanitarian. And so, sometimes you got to say things a little slow, just get it right. But, you know, people like that, man, even if he doesn't win, I feel like that stuff comes back on you, man. Like, I mean, you go some places right now. I talked to a friend of mine. He was like, it's $4.10 for gas. Um, yeah, it's $5 for diesel. Right now in California is actually the cheapest. I think it's $6. Be honest with you, they say.
Let me say that one more time. Gas is $5 in Chicago. There you go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But is that for I mean, that the low end or is that the high end?
Okay, hold on. Gas is $5 in Chicago.
The regular. Is that regular? That's
there you go.
You got your new toy now. Not like you're a kid with a candy store. You're a kid in the candy store, man. This dude here, man. But hey.
Say something. They said after the gas stations ran out of gas, some residents who have been waiting in line for hours were upset.
I mean, first come, first serve. That's what it said. First come, first serve. So how you upset? But you in the line. I mean, what you think this dude's supposed to do? Give $1 million? He already gave $200,000 out of his pocket. Come on, man.
Wait. You say you're going to do this again on March 31st? So anybody?
Yeah, exactly. But see, people, man, like they just
electric.
You can't please everybody.
Electric car, so she's like bragging. Oh, electric.
Yeah.
Hold on. You find something for her.
Yeah, you right here.
Oh, you feel like I can't find it.
Sipping on your tea, driving your electric car. But it is what it is, man. It is with the gas, man.
Okay, that was charged, really?
It is what it is. I like it though.
Yeah, I like it. I wish you'd do it here.
That's what I'm saying. Even if it was just for publicity, I like it though. I mean, come on, man. Like, $50, to be honest with you, is crazy, man, because if gas is $4 a gallon, $5 a gallon, and that's not really $50 might not even get you on full anymore. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what you're driving. So I mean, it saved you $50, man. I mean, again, I think it's a publicity stunt, but dude is a philanthropist. Hey, I said it faster that time. And humanitarian. So, again, this maybe he does stuff on a regular like this. And if he does, I hope so. So.
All right, let's move on. Next topic, we have Congress has closed the loophole that allowed federal officers to claim sex and teen on is consensual. That's one of your topics.
Yeah. Yeah, you can pull it up.
I don't have the story, but I can pull the story up on my iPad.
Yeah, so basically what it is I'm not gonna be I wish I could pull it up myself, but
I got it on the iPad. So after BuzzFeed News reported that the loophole existed in 35 states in 2018, 6 states changed their police sexual misconduct laws, and the federal bill has first proposed.
Okay, so what it is, so basically Congress has came up with a law that says police or not only law enforcement and I think I want to say is what are those people that have to do with the detainees of illegal immigrants and stuff like that? I forgot what they're called. Somebody help me out. I'll figure it out. But anyway, so law enforcement used to hide behind a loophole that basically said that, you know, people that they would lock up or arrest, they always said that it was consensual sex, you know, with that person. Even though the people always said, you know, that it was non-consensual, law enforcement said it was consensual. So it's basically a he say, she say with the law enforcement and a woman, and they said that there were over, I want to say 200 or 300 cases where law enforcement basically committed sexual acts on individuals that were in their custody, and law enforcement basically said that it was consensual.
Okay.
And so now Congress has passed a law saying that that's no longer the case. Like now, to me, how in the world? This is why I say, man, our judicial system is so effed up. How in the world can you have somebody in custody? You commit a sexual act on that person, or you have sex with that person, and all you have to do is say it was consensual and get off. How is that possible? You know, for anybody that thinks you and I, you know, might bash law enforcement, you know, we've defended law enforcement on here. When they were talking about publicly defunding law enforcement, you and I said that, you know, we agreed that they shouldn't do that, you know. But if you're wrong, you're wrong. And to me, this is another thing that why a lot of people don't like the police, you know, is because if you do something to a person and they said, no, I was raped, but you wear a badge and you say, no, that's not true, you know, they let me do whatever. How is it that a law enables you to get off? And that's the problem. Been the problem for umpteen years, that law enforcement hide behind their badges and they basically feel like they're above the law. Yeah. You know, but how has there been a loophole where they can get off from that? Explain to me. If you and I was to do something right now to a woman, you know, either one of us, you know, and that woman said no, you and I would be labeled rapists, and we would be basically, we'd be prosecuted to the full extent of the law if it were found true.
Somebody says if the judge, I don't know about that. Everybody should be charged.
Yeah, but if it was found true, you know, but you are a law enforcement, individual, civil servant, you know, and the problem is they use that so much to get off where the common man could never get off. You know, but I just don't understand how has there been a law where you could get away with it? And that's why I made this a topic, because I never knew that was an actual law, that, you know, that they could get off on that.
I don't think nobody knew either.
Yeah. And so when I saw that, I was like, man, that's freaking crazy.
What happened on Deputy 2? After that deputy, I mean, he probably got off with
well, a lot of even if you look at the police reports on a lot of them, and a lot of them that do found guilty, like, you know, you can pull it up, but it was one individual, he basically got 2 years probation. You know, he was found guilty of raping a woman, and he got 2 years probation. Then another one a few months ago, a guy was charged with having sex with a minor, a 13-year-old, and he didn't get any, he wasn't labeled as a pedophile. He didn't have to register as a sex offender. He didn't get into prison time. I mean, I think he had to do like some maybe I think he did like 2 months probation, 6 days of probation, and he was off. Didn't have to do anything.
What did
Now,
you on this? Were they black or white?
well, come on, man. I mean, but even still though, I'm just saying, like, look, black or white, you still should be prosecuted.
Oh yeah.
But I just feel like, how do we live in a freaking country where people like that can do whatever they want just because they have a badge, but a common man, does something, and it could be something minor, and they end up doing like 5 to 10 years in prison. I still feel like we live in a society, man, that is just, anything goes sometimes as long as you law enforcement. It's like the wild, wild west, man. And
I
I
said,
think,
it's who you know in America.
yeah, and that's the thing about it. I feel like a lot of actual law enforcement, a lot of police, now I just didn't want to say police because it was not border patrol, whoever those guys are that, even the army. I heard the army was doing it. When those prisoners that were in Guantanamo Bay, they were getting raped. They were getting raped, men and women. So I mean, military. So I mean, it happens. So I'm just saying, man, we live in a country. If you have a badge or you in the military, you get off from being a deplorable human being. You can get off as long as you say, "Oh, I'm serving my country." I mean, come on, dude. Like,
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And it's messed up, and I mean, laws, all the laws passed. So I mean, it'll take a
law
while to.
protect certain individuals, man. Law. I mean, it finally took somebody to say, "Man, we need to get this changed," which I don't know why, but it is what it is.
Let's move on to the next topic. The man who made marijuana brownies, unknowingly given to seniors, have been sentenced. Uh, the South Dakota man has been ordered to spend 60 days in jail for providing marijuana in the brownies his mother unknowingly served to seniors at a card game. Michael Caranda, 46, had earlier pled guilty to that's a felony charge. A judge in Home County Tuesday also sentenced Tebar man to 2 years of probation and ordered him to pay a fine of $3,400 in court costs and restitution. He must also write an apology letter to the seniors who ate the marijuana brownies. That's a felony. Really?
All right, so look, man. I don't know how dude. First of all, dude, mom, why she put weed in the brownies, man? I guess she was serving it to her friends. You know, uh, he gave them out, man. He gave them out. All right, so look, look, man, because they said like some of the elderly people were high, and look, it's not funny, but it is. That's okay.
Hey, I mean, it is, but I got no.
I mean, they were okay. Is that again, they were fine. This is what I'm laughing about. Okay, they end up being fine now. Look, nobody had a panic attack, but you just imagine like you go to a nursing home and you see like a bunch of elderly people like just chilling, like they just chilling, they looking at you, and you looking at them like, what's going on? And they all smiling and laughing and stuff like that, man. Come on, man. You know, then they might, be telling you some stuff like, come on, nephew, how you doing? You doing all right, son? You
Yeah,
doing all right.
doing Uber Eats, and I had to go to McDonald's and get milkshakes and apple pies, and I sent them to a retirement home. I was like, why am I bringing this here? And they got cookies and snacks at this retirement home. Walked into the front desk. I was like, yeah, I gotta send this to room such and such. It's like, oh, it's down the hall. So, well, I'm not supposed to knock. I had to put them down. They opened the door. They was like, my brother. They still shaking. Apple pie. I walked back here. I'm like, milkshakes and apple pie. That's what he ordered for Uber Eats. Didn't think of it, but
I'm just saying, dude, man, look, for them people, they in a nursing home. Okay. So that was probably the most excitement they had in that day. Outside of getting the extra pudding. You know what I'm saying? That probably was the most exciting part of their day, outside of getting the extra pudding or something. And I guarantee they probably requested some more of those brownies. If you think about it. But I mean, I just see this story is kind of weird to me because I don't know if the dude intentionally gave them to him or he just gave them to him by accident, not knowing that his mom put the weed in the brownies. I don't know.
I know it got this.
You know, but I'm saying, man, like, well, the elderly people that probably got like arthritis and stuff like that, back pains, man, they probably got up and danced and all. They probably had some fun. You know, they probably was, getting it, man.
Salsa there.
I'm just saying, man, just imagine seeing like an 80 or 90-year-old high all I know. Just look around, I'm just
Man, that man was doing them people a favor, man. And
that's what I'm saying. Look, as long as nobody was harmed. Now, I know people gonna say, like, oh, what if something would have happened? But it didn't. Okay? It didn't happen.
Situation we had last week. And he still ain't think, but he still gonna look for 7 years of prison.
But that's what I'm saying, man. Sometimes you just gotta have a little fun, man. You gotta live a little, man. Them elderly people probably had a time of their lives for that one day. You got to live a little, man. Dang. Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? They probably ain't moved like that since the 50s.
Right.
So man, all right.
But don't worry, man. I got 32 sounds, man. I'm not gonna play them all. I will.
You might try. Man, let's just go.
All right. Next topic, man. For those you Netflix people,
oh yeah,
and that got accounts, and then got like 4 or 5 different accounts with Netflix that don't pay that bill. Guess what, y'all? That bill's gonna go up.
yeah.
So, pull this down. Listen up. So Netflix is finally. Well, let me read the title. Netflix wants to charge you more for moochers on your account. So Netflix is finally geared up to do something about unauthorized account sharing. After testing a notification last year that pushed people to stop mooching and get their own accounts, the company has announced another test in Chile, Costa Rica, and Peru that will let subscribers pay extra to share their account with people outside their home. According to advised subscribers, to be able to pay up to sub members for $2.99 fee each in Costa Rica, these users will get their own Netflix logins and recommend a profile. If Netflix is going to start doing this, that means Hulu's going to do it, HBO Max is going to do it, and all other subscribers are going to do it.
Not necessarily, man. And see, I actually threatened to get rid of Netflix. I actually just threatened really get it.
I don't even watch Netflix like that. I mean, I watch Hulu and I'm thinking about getting HBO Max because like there's some series I want to watch, but I'm not. Netflix, you can actually get free movies and stuff. Like you really don't need a Netflix account.
Well, the thing about Netflix, dude, I've had Netflix since the inception of Netflix when it was $7.99. And matter of fact, I just realized something. I think on March 24th or 25th, they're actually going up to $20.
Woo!
Yeah, I think it's gonna be $20.99. Look, I understand like some things go up, but this is where it's pissed me off because I don't have cable anymore. I got rid of cable, right? I got rid of cable because they just kept going up. I had HBO Max. I forgot to pay my bill, and then I didn't do it, and I just never
Well,
got
how
it.
much is HBO Max?
It's only like $13 a month.
Okay.
But here's my problem, right? So I've had Netflix since it was $7.99. They don't take care of their customers. If you've been with Netflix from the jump, they could have said, man, hey, thanks for being loyal. We're gonna keep you at a certain rate.
Yeah.
But no. And then you done went up to 20.99, and you sitting here talking about, oh, people need to get their own Netflix. Dude, y'all just went up to like $17.99 like a year or two ago. Y'all steady increasing y'all prices, and y'all sitting here worried about people sharing their Netflix. They sharing their Netflix because y'all are too freaking hot. You ever thought about that? That's why they sharing, because you got Disney Plus where you can get Hulu and ESPN. You got HBO that's cheaper. You got I think Stars is cheaper. Cinemax is cheaper. You got all these.
Power. Well, Power might be Alpha Stars, but I mean, right now.
Yeah, I mean, you got all these other alternatives that are cheaper, and then Netflix don't really have great stuff, man. Only thing that I generally watch on Netflix is Stranger Things. I love Stranger Things. All right, and then Netflix will put on something here or there that's okay. Like the whole Tiger King thing, man. That was crazy, you know. But that's kind of like every now and then. The only reason I still even got Netflix is because my kids want it. You know. Other than that, I was gonna get rid of them. But y'all sitting here tripping about people sharing they passwords, man. How about you lower the freaking prices instead of going up? Because I'm telling you, man, I'm getting real tired of them, man. I'm just about to be like, man, look, y'all are done. Because you got way more cheaper alternatives. And this is what they
had Sling went up $10 on their bill.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
February, March because of March Madness.
And see, what's going to happen is people basically going to be like, all right, well, if I can't share it with somebody else, or somebody gonna be like, I ain't gonna get it. I'll just watch. I'll find other ways to watch stuff, man. So I mean, I just feel like this is what you sitting there. You got all this time and money, and that's what you coming up with, man. How about put better shows on there? How about again, like take care of your loyal members or something, man. Sending a thank you gift card, or something. Even if you send a $25 gift card to everybody that got Netflix. I mean, come on, man, like do something. This is why people got rid of cable, because cable always going up, man. So, but cable, you get way more channels and stuff like that. You get all the channels. Netflix, man, come on, man. Like, I don't know, dude. They tripping. They tripping.
Netflix, you would pay $7.99. You can get any DVDs back in the day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they just, that's just how it is, though, man. Everything go up, and once everything freaking go up, people just kind of go with it. Oh yeah, let's just raise this. Let's just raise this. Let's raise that. And see what it is Netflix got all these movies now, so they put their original movies on. They got all their movies on there, and so it's like, well, and when you want to see actors like Will Smith on this Netflix movie, or what's the dude who played Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds, in this movie on Netflix, then yeah, they're gonna be like, well, you gotta pay $20.99 now, and you can't share, your info.
Somebody said Netflix the all Madea movies.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Tyler Perry probably owns stock in Netflix. You know what I'm saying? Probably. So it wouldn't even. I mean, dude, come on, they gotta do better, man. They gotta do better. Thumbs down to Netflix. Where you boo at? I know you got to boo.
Oh yeah, hold on, wait a minute. I do
Man,
gotta
come
believe.
on, man. Come on.
Yes, somewhere. Hold on. Give me a second.
Oh, come on. Can't hold my thumb down for forever. Come on. Come on. I don't know if that was a boo or somebody screaming in pain. But you know, either one. It sounded like somebody was screaming in pain or whatever. But yeah. This is the pain that I feel for Netflix. This is the pain. Boo. I don't do it.
One more time.
Yeah, that sounds like somebody was in pain or a wounded ghost. It sounds like a wounded ghost.
People say boo.
Yeah, a wounded ghost. A ghost has been shot again.
All right, man. Now we come to the
Let's go. All right.
five for the culture. Pull it up. Back in the day, who was your favorite R&B 90s girl group back in the day? Mine's not being on the picture. But you go first.
Well, we're gonna revisit this. All right, we're gonna make this a full topic eventually. I have to go with SWV. And I love all of them too. I love every single one of these groups. Every single one of these groups, these girls groups, should be in the Women's Hall of Fame, R&B Hall of Fame, if there is such a thing. But I have to go with SWV. And the reason I have to go with SWV, because I think out of all these groups, they had the better voices. Now,
Yeah, man, because I just saw Taj George the other day in the TSU cafeteria. Her and Eddie George. Eddie George is our head coach at TSU, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
His wife is Taj George. Hold on, this one right here.
Yeah, I know. Coco
looks just like him. I'm like, holy crap! He played defensive end at Montgomery Bell Academy. But yeah, I saw it the other day. I was like, I wanted to walk up to her and start singing HWV song. I'm like, nah, that might not be a good idea.
Nah, man, that'll be weird, man. Don't do that. That'd be weird, man. Man, again, like to me, out of all of them, SWV could sing the most because the girl Coco, who was the lead singer, man, I mean, she could sing.
Yeah, she had so.
If I had to put them in order as far as like voice talent, it would have been SWV, In Vogue, Escape, TLC. You know what I'm saying?
But what In Vogue is even in this picture. But
what do you mean?
I mean, I really was a fan of In Vogue growing up, but you know, SWV, Escape, TLC, yeah, I was big on them.
Well, out of all four of these, yes, In Vogue probably was my least favorite. Now, if I had to go favorites, I would go SWV. I would put Escape and TLC 1A, 1B. You know, they both, man. I mean, dog, I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. Man, that red light special come on, boy. I be in the car by myself killing that red light special, boy. That is punk. And then Waterfalls when I was younger was my favorite TLC. But then Escape, man, that Who Can You Run To, man? Hey, all of these women here, man.
Well, said that the light skin one lives there. Who you talking about, Zoom user? About the person light skin one that lives here in Nashville?
What?
Nah, look at the comments. He says one of the light skin ones live here too. I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know what you talking about.
Person has SWV, TLC, Escape, and Vote. Brownstone. I wasn't a fan of Brownstone growing up either.
Brownstone was okay. Let me tell you, man. Let me tell you.
Had to change. Light skin with SWV. Oh, you mean her? Okay.
Yeah. That was the prettiest one.
She lives in Nashville.
She probably do. Man, let me tell you something though, man. I'm gonna tell you another group, man, that Changing Faces. Man, Changing Faces was bad, boy. Changing Faces, boy. Change the faces.
They was produced by R. Kelly. That's what. Well, I can't say that. No, R. Kelly was a great producer, but they didn't go far because of R. Kelly.
No, it wasn't. They actually were produced by Keith Sweat, actually.
So my favorite group was 702, and then
I
Total.
was just gonna say 702.
Those were two of my favorite girl groups, and I mean that's just me. I got all the Totals. I only had two of them.
Total was fire.
Yeah,
man. But see, that's okay. Remember, we had this topic a while ago. Like we had, I think we had a year ago. Yeah, you know.
he said cut close.
Oh, that
You showed you tell me a Zoom user, and I'm not gonna say your name out.
man, hey, let me tell you, boy, that fooling around. Hey, by freaking what's the name? R. Kelly wrote that song.
He's taking me back to all of the lakes on 441's
Hey man, look here, man. I had a tape. You know, I had a tape for the latest, okay? And it had all the R&B songs, man. And yeah, I had a mixtape, man. Hey, boy, hey, trust me, man. I wish I still had that tape, man. You know, yeah. And the thing about it is, though, is you can't go wrong with any one of these groups, man, because they all fire, man. They all made good music, man. You know, I can't say none of them didn't make good music because they all did. You know, SWV was my preference for me because I don't think they had one song that I really did not like. You know, so then Coco was the lead singer, the one that married. I think that's the one that. Which one? Taj was who married Eddie Jordan. That wasn't the lead singer, right? Coco was the lead singer. Yeah, you're right. But Coco was the best one.
All right, thank you.
You know, I mean, she could sing, man. So, you know, we're wrapping it up in it.
A lot of people know she went solo after they broke up in I think it was 98, 99. Yeah.
I don't know. But you know, I remember that she did have that
Sunshine, sunshine. She had that song. That was all.
But I know, man, that they were fired up.
Sunshine. Look it up on YouTube. Yes, you did.
Look it up. But we're gonna revisit this, man. We're gonna do like we always do. We always have our top 10. So we're gonna have a top 10 girls group. We might do it on the next one, man. So we'll see.
Oh, yeah, I got some pushback tonight. But yeah, we'll talk about that. We might do that next podcast. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see.
Hey, this was a good show, man. Like
as always, my brother. As always.
We have some users on here, and we have some users on YouTube as well. Thank y'all for commenting.
Yeah, keep following us. Thank you for the support as always.
And you keep watching. I have my sounds. I have some things to say, so take it on my way. And listen to me, You have to seize my sense, release me with intent. It is not easy, please me.
Man, enough. Okay, there
we go. That's a long one. But yeah.
Oh my God, man. I'm out.
All right, we out, man.
I'm out.